Whenever I game, I stream. Okay, so draw the topmost card from the Vanguardian deck and resolve the effects. Right side, if any, written next to the round number of the current round. Okay, so this is the Vanguardian deck. So let me go ahead and draw it. And then resolve the effects right side, if any, written next to the number of the current round. Replace X. Draw X playing cards and replace them in the rightmost cards of each Vanguardian hand from left to right in the order drawn. If you play hero, discard from each Vanguardian hand X non-love cards in value order from lowest to highest. Change the love if they run out of non-love cards. If you play villain, replace Vanguardian's X highest cards, including love. Okay. So these are like very specific things that it's asking me to do. The problem with like reading through them, it's going to be problematic in understanding unless you're actually doing these things. I'll have to refer back to some of these things that's being explained here. But I'll tell you that based on the explanation, we just skip it because this is round one, and you can see on the right hand side there, there's no effect. So they say you always discard face down. Resolve any when charge abilities that delayed your step during 1E. What? Resolve any when charge abilities that you delayed during step 1E2. Must be performed. Oh, okay, I see. After the Vanguardians. Okay, so if something requires that you exchange cards with the Vanguardian, you don't get to do them until they have complete their setup. Okay, fine. Okay, so round one setup, shuffle playing cards, deal 8 cards to yourself, gain 1 stamina, draw 3 stories. Where's the Vanguardian part of this? Okay. Your turn. You take your turns as normal. However, when playing against Vanguardian, some abilities work differently. Exchange a card. When an ability has you exchange a playing card with a Vanguardian, take her lowest non-love card. If she has only one love card, take the lowest of those. Choose one of your cards, not the one the Vanguardian gave you, and place it with as the leftmost card in her hand. Okay. If you reveal playing cards temporarily or permanently, if you play hero, subtract 1 from each reveal card's value. If you play villain, add 1 for each reveal card's value. Considering making reveal cards with a stamina token as a reminder. Okay, whatever reveal cards supposed to be. Yeah, this is like for a simple game. This is like more complex. Okay. Surrender. At the beginning of any turns where a Vanguardian leads, you may surrender to the leader unless you're playing villain and have no tricks. The leading Vanguardian gains 1 VP per card remaining in her hand, plus 1 VP for the progress in the progress trick. The in progress trick. The run immediately ends. But if you surrender, I thought the whole point of this is all of us will be out of cards after we play 8 rounds, 8 tricks. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something that I'm not understanding. You just surrender as in surrender the round. Is that what it is? Any of your turns. It says it's a turn. You surrender the turn. So, oh, the round immediately ends. You just surrender the round. Okay, and then the leading Vanguardian gains 1 VP per card remaining, plus the 1 VP for the in progress trick. Okay. In some cases, you can use surrendering to your advantage. Thematically, you surrender to one Vanguardian and assist her in stopping the other. Okay. Vanguardians take their place in the turn order, which goes top to bottom through the hands on the table, wrapping around from the bottom to the top. Which goes from top to bottom through the hands on the table, wrapping around the bottom. What the fuck? Am I drunk? Vanguardians take their place in the turn order, which goes from top to bottom through the hands on the table. Okay, and then wrapping around. How? I thought we were finding only 2 Vanguardians. I mean, what is this explanation? If the deck of playing cards run out, shuffle the discard pile to make a new deck. And we're playing 5 rounds, that's right. When a Vanguardian leads, if you play a villain and have no tricks, the Vanguardian plays her lowest card. Otherwise, she plays her highest card. Okay. When a Vanguardian follows, draw 2 playing cards. For each of the drawn cards, discard it if its suit isn't already in the Vanguardian's hand. Discard from the right end of her hand as many cards as you kept in step A, if any. In the last trick of a round, you'll almost always only be able to discard 1 card, even if you keep 2. Yeah, I think I'm playing this game too early in the morning. For each of the drawn cards, discard. Okay, so when a Vanguardian follows, when we're leading the trick, we draw 2 playing cards. Discard it. For each drawn card, discard each one if its suit isn't already in the Vanguardian's hands. Okay. Discard from the right end of her hand as many cards as you kept in step A. Okay. In the last trick of a round, you'll almost always only be able to discard 1 card, even Okay, if the last trick of the of a round, which is the eighth trick, right? Each round has 8 tricks, correct? This whole changing of the Vancardian's hand is just to make things more random, you know, because you're able to see them, because to try and it's a smart way to replicate like real players, I guess, to make this solo possible. It's just that me trying to grasp this concept, you know. So the 8 rounds are still gonna happen because as the player you do have 8 cards and you have to go through all of those cards. Okay. Um, and then each round you determine whether you want to play as a villain or a hero for that round. Because that will determine, I guess, if you look. So that way you can't look at your hand and say, you know what, I think I'm going to win this round a lot because of all the high values and all the overseer cards. So, and then as a villain, you also do the same thing. It's like, oh, like right now, the second Vancardian player has 3 overseer cards. So I was like, okay, then I'll just play a villain because most likely I can be successful that way for, you know, because I'm gonna at least lose 3 of the tricks. Um, yeah. So this is just a way to make sure that what's available in the hand of these Vancardians are not permanent. They're not a sure thing because you don't know, and that's why they when I guess for only only the cards I think that they want you to have it face down when you discard them. Because I don't think this matters if you discard them face down. So I think these, because you're not supposed to count your cards, I guess, because you can, I guess you can do card counting to kind of see what's available left, you know, but because yeah, but that doesn't even that because of the way that it works. It's so active every round. Every time they are following, that they get 2 cards replaced. I guess we'll see how this works. Um, it's interesting. Okay, where was I? If she has at least one lead suit card that beats all cards played so far in this trick, she plays the lowest of those. If she doesn't, she plays her lowest lead suit card. Okay, you play hero, lead in the 4th trick, and play 11 strength. Automaton follows, and you draw 2 cards. Mm-hmm. Draw 9. She does not have a. She does have a strength, so she keeps the 6 with 1 kept. She must discard 1 card from the right hand side. Okay. You play hero, and automaton leads the 4th trick. She plays the highest card she has. Okay, let me. So, what's the difference? I guess they call the Vanguardian, one is automaton and the other one is Factorian, right? So those would be the names. Automaton is the one at the top. Factorian is the one in. So what's Factorian's tricks? Oh, okay. So those are the tricks that they win. So the hands are supposed to be on the right hand side. But this is, of course, also just a suggestion. Because the hands are supposed to be over here, and then it says tricks. So, yeah, I guess the tricks that they can potentially have won is placed actually next to their thing. So what we can probably do is just maybe move the hands like all the way on the left, put those dials in the middle, and then put the winning tricks on the right or something like that. And then we can play, like the play area should be down here somewhere. Maybe so down here in the middle. Okay, just do that. Maybe this is better for us. We'll see. So this is the automaton, and this is a Factorian, and they're both Vanguardians. And then this is my hand. Okay, we're gonna have automaton lead, I think. That's probably the best way to just kind of do this. We'll just let automaton lead, okay? The other one is deal. No, it's the same picture. So we'll just have automaton lead, and let's see if we can figure out this game. Let's just play it and see what happens. Okay, first round there's no effect. That's the Vanguardian's setup that you always have to draw this. There should be just 5 cards here. And then I already set up the burn. I already turned this on. And I'm going to play hero. So I think you determine at the beginning if you want to play hero or villain for that round. Okay. So let's do that and see where it takes us, okay? Okay. We will see where it takes us. Alright, so the automaton goes first, and this is how we determine what the automaton is going to do. Okay, when a Vancardian leads, if you play a villain and have no tricks, the Vancardian plays her lowest card. So because the reason, the justification for that, I guess, because they can tell whether you're playing a villain or a hero, because, you know, if you're playing a villain, you flip it like this. And then when you're playing a hero, you flip it like that. I think in the solo mode, I think, do they even determine whether they play a hero or villain and show it to the player? Oh yeah, so the round setup, you determine the hero or a villain, but you have to simultaneously, this game is kind of funny, like together, 1, 2, 3, are you hero or villain? So maybe it's less goofy playing the solo for sure. But the only, I guess it's kind of hard to program having the Vancardian determining whether to play hero, solo, or villain, you know, because that requires you to kind of have some kind of planning, you know, depending on the cards that you have, and for the bots to be able to determine that, which probably takes like, it's probably programmable, but it would probably just takes too much setup. And by the time you're done with doing that, you'd be so exhausted. You're like, I have to do this every round. So that's why I think they determined that the Vancardians should only just play hero. Because it's probably possible to do that, but it's just like, is this necessary for me to have fun with this game? Alright, let's see. If a Vancardian leads, I'm not playing a villain, I'm playing a hero. And I'm just doing this because I want to just play the game. No, I'm not even going to bother looking at my cards. We're just going to get one tutorial playthrough over with during the second session. And I'm already at like 20 minutes in. I just talk a lot. Okay. Otherwise, she plays the highest card. Okay, so the highest card, it doesn't matter which suit it is going to be strength. So she is going to play that card. Okay. Now the second one is going to follow. She does have. They're both female. So I don't know, because they kept mentioning Vancardian she in this manual. So, but it's, you know, you determine. So she is going to play this one. And then remember, I have this ability, the burn. I add 2 to my value of my strength card. So I will play this one. And I will win the trick because I have 12. Oh no, and then because she has a overseer card though, how does that work when they have an overseer card? I think, let me see, when a Vancardian follows, so I'm not supposed to play that. Let me see, let me just look. Oh, because we have to draw the 2 card situation, that's right. So before this happens, oh, she didn't have 13, the other one has 13. When following, they have like this whole thing going on. So you draw 2 cards. Okay, and then you look at what she has already in her hand here, and the suit that she doesn't have will get discarded. So this one will get discarded. Okay, because she doesn't have an energy. Is that what it's called? Energy. An energy. A speed. She doesn't have a speed suit, so that's going to get discarded. Now the one that doesn't get discarded is going to place what's on the right side here. So she's going to lose. That's interesting. Her okay, so hold on. Discard the right end of her hand as many cards as you have kept in the last trick of a round. In the last trick of a round, you'll almost always be able to discard one card even if you keep two. Okay. Um, so this will get replaced with this. Okay. Um, Place the kept cards in the order drawn in the Vanguardian's hand, starting the right of the row. Okay. If you play a Guardian, you have no tricks, but I'm not playing a Guardian. Otherwise, if she has cards on the lead suit, if she has at least one lead suit card that beats all other cards, she plays. Um, if she has at least one lead suit card that beats all cards played so far in this trick, she plays the lowest of those. If she doesn't, she plays her lowest lead suit card. Otherwise, she plays the lowest card of any suit. Okay. So in this case, because she can't beat this, she will play the lowest. There we go. And then I will play this one and I will win this trick. Okay. Now, do they, if you win the trick, do you lead the next round or how does that work? Or for this round, that person always leads? Oh no, the winner then leads the next trick. The next trick. Okay. Now, after the end of each round, how do you determine who leads the trick, though? I mean, that's the part that I'm trying. Is it like just because there are three players and there's only 5 rounds? You know what I'm saying? It's the leader of the first trick of each round is the player to the left for the dealer. So they want the dealer, and okay, so then it rotates every round. Then okay, that's all I'm trying to determine whether or not it rotates every round. But if you have multiple players, if you play with like, so yeah, one person deals, the other one leads the trick. Um, but in this case, because we're always the one that's going to be dealing. But we're gonna rotate who leads the trick every round. That's fine. So we're gonna start with the what's her name? Autobot, Automaton, and then Factorian. Okay, so this I won this trick. So I lead the second trick. The second, yeah. So let me see. Which one am I gonna play next? You always now, because we can see their cards though. How does that work when trying to strategize? So this is where we look at how. Oh, they follow by. Yeah, they follow by. They f- they follow by doing the draw two, and then so it's possible that they might have. I mean, I guess that's the uncertainty portion, because you can see what cards they have. It doesn't matter because there might be something that can beat the card unless you have like a value 13, like this one for example. But they might be able to grab a an overseer card though. But this guy has two overseer cards. And how does that work when they follow? Let me see. You choose the two cards. She plays the. If you play a hero, if she has cards that lead the suit, if she has at least one lead suit card that beats all other cards so far this trick, she plays the lowest one of those. If she doesn't, she plays her lowest lead suit card. Otherwise, she plays her lowest card of any suit. Because you can't just play. You can only play this if you don't. The love you can only play when you don't have any matching suit, though. That's the thing. Okay, so I can guarantee that I can win this next trick, right? So if I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna lead with this. And then, okay, so this is why they explain the left to right, bottom to top. Bottom to top. Okay. Top to bottom. So the way that we do this is like, yeah, and then, because it's supposed to rotate anyway, so like this, like clockwise or counterclockwise, or what is it? It's clockwise. So she goes first. Automaton goes next. So we're gonna draw two. And this automaton does have both suits, so we're going to replace the last two, and then by order of draw from right to left, we replace the cards. Okay. And then matching lowest is this one. Here we do the same thing. So how does that work when they draw an overseer? Oh, okay. Only if they already have the overseer. Okay. How do they get the 4.5 extra cards? When does this go into play? Oh, that's only from an event. Okay. That they get that from an event. All right. Okay, so then we're gonna replace these two and gets these two in that order. Let me make sure that I do that order right. Let's see. in order drawn, starting to the right of the row. Okay. All right, but in this case, she's going to play the lowest of these. So it's going to be 9. This one. Okay, so I won this trick. Okay, going good so far. So, and then, so I keep going. The rest of these cards are horrible. I know I can't win that. I can't win any of these, really, if you really think about it, but you never know. But you know that, like, the stuff that they have over here is going to be able to beat your cards. I guess I can surrender, but if I surrender, oh no, only whenever Guardian leads, and you can only surrender when they lead. Okay. And then the round ends immediately. So maybe we do that, because I think that the rest of these cards are looking awful. So maybe I do that, but I have to still play this round, this trick, because I'm leading. So I'm gonna play this one. Okay. So now we draw 2, and he doesn't have this, but he has that, so this gets removed with that. Okay. And then he's going to play lowest one. That's the only one he has. And then here we do the same thing. He does have that, so these two get removed. Interesting. And then these get replaced. And then he's going to play lowest one that can win. So now Van Diesel, Factorian won that trick. Okay, and then I'm going to I think this is when I'm going to surrender, when they lead, right? But they're going to first play the game before I can surrender. Can I just surrender now? Any of your turn when the Vanguardian leads. So they will play, and then I will just say surrender. Okay, so how do they play when they lead? Let's see. If you play a villain and have no tricks, the Vanguardian plays their lowest card. Otherwise, she plays the highest card. So she is going to play. You can't. Can you highest mean even if it's the Overseer card though? How does can you just play the Overseer card? I guess eventually the Overseer card will be played, right? So I guess yes. So, and I'm about ready to surrender anyway, and we're going to find out how this works. So if she's going to play the highest will be this, but it's an Overseer card anyway. And I'm going to say, because it goes clockwise, I'm going to surrender. Unless you're playing a villain, but I'm not. Okay. The leading Vencardian gains 1 VP card, 1 VP per card remaining in your hands, plus 1 VP for the progress trick. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then thematically, what they're saying there is like both of you are helping to. Um, Thematically, you surrender to one Vencardian to assist her in stopping the other. But they're both supposed to be heroes, but yeah, maybe questionable hero. Okay. Now, what happens at the end of a round? How do you tally up the score? Story cards and playing cards. Oh, okay. Okay, so hold on. How do you so what happened? End of round. Then each player follow these steps. Um, you may use end of round abilities. At the end of the round, resolve any end of round abilities. We don't have that. Gain VP based on your alignment as a hero or villain this round. Return all stamina from your abilities to your stamina supply. But I want to keep this here because it's an ongoing. Right? Um, so it does he won one trick and then we surrender here. Does he? No, he doesn't win that extra trick, right? Because he gets all that because it's not the round is not completed. Um, but it nabs him more score than anything else because it's like per card he gets 1 point. That's crazy. So let me see here. But what happens to the cards that we have? Do they get? I guess they get discarded, right? Is it like a fresh shuffle of all the cards every round? Yes. Okay. So next, the next person who's going to be leading is going to be factorium. But, you know, so I have to grab everything and shuffle. So, but let me add the, so I won 2 points. And he won another one. So 6. Okay. Alright, I think we're getting a hang of things here. So I'll grab everything again. So, yeah, this is a lot. And that was round 1. So this is round 2. There's only 5 rounds at least, but so yeah, it's quick. I think getting there with this game. I think I need. Yeah, so there's a lot of shuffling definitely for like this deck. And you always want to give it a good shuffle, because if not, then every round you're gonna see like the same, almost the same combination. So seems like this game is mostly about the shuffling. Is what's gonna take most of your time here. Okay, because now you also have to draw for the for all of us. Okay, and then you know, it doesn't matter like mine, you know, but I think with the bots you have to play it from left to right or something. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Left to right in the order they were drawn, and that's important because of the 2 replacement cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's interesting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's very interesting. So like, except for these 2, well, I have 2 as well. I'm just gonna keep playing hero. That's fine. Okay, so this Vanguardian is going to be, this Factorian is going to go lead the trick this round. So always going to play, because I'm playing a hero, they're always going to play the highest value. Oh, and then, oh, don't forget, there's a progression here. This is round 2. So I have to select from 3 cards here, and then choose 1 to place here. So I got the Ram, another super suit. So we're gonna put a super suit on top of a super suit. On your turn, when following, if you play the highest science amongst the card trick, gain 1. Okay, that might be possible. I have 2 science cards, and then the Raven, another super suit. This one is ongoing. That one's on your turn. Looks like. Add to the value of your speed cards. The first card breaks ties. I like that too. Now, when it's ongoing, let me just try to understand these character abilities. Throughout the round. Okay, it's just throughout the round. And everything goes back to you to the end of the round. I like this one too. And I gain, oh, and you gain another one. It's this round 2, and you gain another one of those. Energy. Okay, and then the last one is Uh, Beyonce superpower Hive here. Oh, that. Oh, she's an arch enemy. When charged, predict exactly how many tricks you will win. If your prediction is correct, you gain 3 VP. And then you have to announce that. You see like a little announcement on the icon there. There's no way I can predict. But I guess that's just a fun thing, you know. If you wanna, it's a it's your gambling. You know, if you wanna have fun, guessing how many tricks you're gonna win, sure, why not? But I think I'm gonna go with the super suit, another super suit, the Raven. So I'm putting the burn underneath the Raven. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use those. And I guess I might as well use his ability too, Seeds of Strength. After you play a card, you may remove one stamina to draw a card, then discard a card. I'm gonna do that too. Okay, might as well use all the abilities that we have. Okay, so he's going to lead. She is going to lead. And we're gonna say that Factorian is male, Automaton is female. Okay. So he's going to lead. He's going to play the highest because I'm playing a hero. So he's going to play that card. Okay, now it's my turn. I get +2 for all of my speed cards, but I still can't beat his speed card. No, it'll be a tie. The first played card breaks the tie. So if I can't go over the value, it will be worthless. So I'm just going to play this one, the lowest. So that's a 6 actually. And then Automaton is going to follow. Remember, when they follow, they draw 2 cards. They have to have the same card. So this one gets discarded. And then this one gets removed, replaced by this. But that means that he's going to play the Overseer card, right? Always plays the lowest lead suit card. Otherwise, she plays lowest card of any suit. Okay. Lowest card of any suit is going to be this one. But why wouldn't she play the Overseer card though? That's the part that I'm not understanding about this bot situation. Because wouldn't she want to just win the trick by using the Overseer card? I mean, or is that like implied? I just need to read this example. Yeah, because I would think that she would want to win the trick, right? I mean, why wouldn't they use the Overseer card? Do you consider that as, because it's like they're defaulting immediately. If you don't have the suit to match, you just play a lowest of any other suit. But why wouldn't you want to win the trick? I guess that's the part that I'm trying to understand. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's because they have the matching suit there. If they don't, then what? Um so they will play an overseer card if it's the highest value. Hmm. Hmm. Because here's the logic behind it. Because if she doesn't use that card, that overseer card, to win this trick, um, she would potentially lose that card next time. You know, next time she follows. So, why is it not explained there in this solo mode? Why wouldn't the bot select a winning card? Okay, I mean, it's not explicitly, because they would. I just don't understand why they wouldn't just put it in here. Let me just read this part again, because I'm just going to assume that they would do that, because it doesn't make any sense that they wouldn't want to win the trick. You know what I'm saying? Um, Draw two playing cards. For each of the drawn card, this card. Okay, we already did that thing for automaton. Um, if you play villain and have no tricks, she plays the lowest non-love card she can legally play. If love is the only legal option, she plays the lowest love card. Otherwise, she has cards of lead suit. If she has at least, so if we play a hero, if she has at least one lead suit that beats all the cards so far in this trick, she plays the lowest one of those. Um, if she doesn't, she plays her lowest lead suit card. Otherwise, she plays her lowest card of any suit. You would think that they would be smart enough to also then add in there, if you're playing a hero and the automaton or the Vanguardian doesn't have a matching lead suit, it would play the lowest overseer card. You would think that they would add it like right there. I just don't understand why it wouldn't be there, unless that's just a trick that those don't exist. But you would think that would be like right there. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. Maybe it's in the reference. Maybe it's in the reference. Maybe somebody remember to do it in the reference. Oh, and then I forgot to do the event anyway, so we'll do the event also. But It doesn't make any sense. Lowest of any suit. Like if you follow that logic, she would be playing this one, and she would lose the trick. Does it make any sense that she wants to lose the trick? Why would she want to lose the trick? Especially the fact that unless I'm playing a villain. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time when she would purposely lose is when I'm playing a villain. And I think they add that in there. If you play a villain and have no tricks, and only if you have no tricks that she would play the lowest non-love card she can legally play. If love is the only legal option, then she plays the lowest love card. If you play a villain, then she will win the trick. If you don't play a villain, you play a hero, you don't score for not losing tricks, but don't the automaton wants to win? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me why they wouldn't. It's like some, I don't know, maybe sometimes maybe it's a power trip thing with a lot of these board games rule books. I'm beginning to suspect that there's a pattern, because why would something so obviously that needs an explanation like that be explained in there? Because if not, you're just leaving it to assumption, you know, because the way that you leave everything is that right now is you're just saying lowest of anything. That would be the brains card. The lowest of the card that we have right now is the brains card, and it's this one, and she would lose the trick. Why would she want to lose the trick when she can win using the overseer card? But let me just grab this because I forgot the event. Nothing for the second round anyway, so okay. Oh, yeah. I think it's round base, right? Those event cards next to the round number. Okay. Yeah, this is maddening to me. Unless they're working together. And then, you know, they never give the implication that they're working together. Like when you're surrendering, the implication was actually you working with the other freaking Vanguardian. Driving me mad. This rule book is missing something so simple to that needs to be explained, you know, but they're not willing to explain it for whatever reason. Look at how much space that they have remaining down here. To just add that in. It's just driving me insane. Oh, right here, right here. Yeah, right here. There is a space there. They can just put it right here. Or even like at the end of this, like right here. Otherwise, she plays the lowest card of any suit unless she has an overseer card. I mean, how simple is that? Because it just doesn't make any sense to me for me to play this for the automaton. It doesn't make any bit of sense to me. What is the logic behind that? When we're trying to win. Okay, so somebody also was driven to almost the point of insanity from this. So, one of the event cards actually will tell you, I think it's round three, that they will play the Trump um, Overseer card when they don't have any other card to play. So regularly, they will just still select. See, that's why it needed to be, because it goes beyond logic. When something goes beyond logic, when you see what the game is about winning the trick. Why wouldn't the bot want to win the trick when we're playing a hero? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It's beyond logic. And when something is like that, you have to explain it in your book. If not, it's going to create uncertainty like this. But apparently, the uncertainty would have been resolved once you see that effect on one of the rounds, because yeah, now you're allowed to do that. Now the bots are allowed to do that for round three or whatever, one of the tricks. So somebody was able to point that out, that it becomes an exception for one of the events. But anyway, insane. Like I said, it's beginning to become a pattern for me, at least when I read some of these rule books. I guess maybe that's the thing. Maybe a lot of people don't read these rule books. Maybe they like to just go online and then just watch the videos or use this app that some of these companies are trying to promote, Dized. Maybe that's how people are doing it, just going to videos and then getting explanation that way. But if you read these rule books that come with the board games, some of them will drive you totally insane when they're not written well. So this one I consider to be, this point at least, is like horrible for the omission, because they should have put in there that no, despite this being a trick taking game, or something like the Vanguardian will not use an Overseer card unless specified in the event card. Something like that. Something like that, so that people understand the logic behind it. So, behind the design, whatever the reason may be to make the bot man easier, whatever that may be, it needs to be explained so people don't go crazy. Anyway, enough of my rants, right? But yeah, that's just bad. But yeah, like I mentioned it many times, so far with all the board games that I've played, and I've read all of their rule books, the best company with the best rule books is Fantasy Flight Games. So they usually have a section in the back, FAQ, that pretty much addresses every single thing that you can think of. Anyway, and that's how you do it. Apparently, whoever wrote the rule book here, like, they didn't have anybody. Like, they just have one person who write the rule book, go, and then that's it. Like, they just have people read through it, and I'm sure somebody would have pointed that out. Anyway, okay, so Automaton is going to play that one and lose the trick. So what's the name of the second one? Automaton and Factorian is going to win this trick. So the Factorian is going to go again next. Okay. So highest is going to be this. And then, like, when playing cards also, so I'm gonna assume that even with playing cards, if it says highest, then they're just gonna play the Overseer card. Then it's the same thing, motherfucker. Okay. Let's see. Can you lead with a Yeah, they can lead with love. Okay. So they can lead with love. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so it will be a speed card. So let me see. I have the Raven super suit, so that's +2 to my speed card. So I'm going to use this one to beat that card. So this is actually 13 instead of 12, instead of 11. And then Automaton is going to draw 2. And no matching for both of them, so didn't get any of these. And there's no matching. So we're going to get the lowest, and in this case the lowest is going to be the Overseer card, so actually Automaton is going to win this one. Okay. Now the Automaton is going to go. Highest one is going to be here. And then, so it's clockwise, so I'm going to go next. Here, I'm going to lose this one for sure. And then for Factorian, again, there's a thing that you have to do. So 1, 2. He gets both of them. So we're going to remove these 2. 1, 2. Okay, and then it's going to go with the lowest. Wow. So Automaton is going to win that one too. I doubt they're going to get 8. Alright, next highest value is love, so... Oh, I have something better. Okay, now Factorian is going to draw 2. This, I have those 2, so we're going to remove these. And 1, 2. Going to play this one, and I won this trick. Okay, now it's my turn. I am going to play this, and that's actually 12. Automaton is going to go next. Matching 1. Now we're moving. Now that I got the base game, the basics of this game, we're moving. Lowest is going to be between these 2, and they said that when it's a tie, it goes to the one on the left, I believe. Leftmost card. So when there's a tie. Let me check to see where that's at. Where is the part that says that they always select the left when there's a tie? I remember reading it, but I don't see it. Oh, she chooses the left one in the first page. Many rules use criteria to select a playing card from the Encardian's hand. If there are multiple valid options, she chooses the leftmost one. So in this case, she's going to actually finally choose this. And then looks like she's going to win this one. Interesting. Okay. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 more rounds. The last round, they Vanguardians actually can even keep 2 cards if it's a matching the suit. So I thought that's interesting. Okay, so highest is this. So it looks like she's gonna win again. Maybe I should just surrender. No, we might be able to win something. Use this. And then for Factorian, matching, non-matching. So replace those 2. And it's going to be playing this one. So, wow. Crazy. I'm going to win again, looks like. I have none. And yeah, looks like oh, let's do the thing. Oh, matching. Here we go. We're doing this real fast now. Very good. Okay, this is the lowest one. God damn. And then the last one where she is going to win. Okay. So let's tally up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points. 1. And 1 for me. Not so bad. Okay. So now I get to read this next one. So game is kind of fun, despite the annoyance that led me to the 20-minute rambling. Okay, it's already an hour, so let me reset my recording. But yeah, we should be able to finish this because we have 3 more rounds to go, and it's going faster now. So the next session is going to be pretty fast, and we should be able to finish the game.